Hey everyone, I have a really interesting watch here. It is from a brand that I've never bought anything from before. It is a Crafter Blue Hyperion Ocean Chronograph. Now, Crafter Blue is much more known for making straps, rubber straps, for premium watches like Rolex and Tudor, Omega, a bunch of others. I think they might make Seiko. I've never had to buy those straps because I don't have any watches from Rolex, Tudor, or Omega. But they also make a couple of watches. They have a normal Hyperion Ocean non-chronograph version, and they have this chronograph in a couple of different colorways. This is the black dial. They have a white dial, which looks really good. They just came out with a blue dial, and there's another like multicolored one. I actually had thought that they had stopped making these because the black and white dial came out a while ago, but the blue dial is new, so they're still in on it. I almost get the feeling like they do it as a hobby. Like they're not watchmakers, but occasionally they make a watch. Anyways, what really appealed to me about this watch, let's zoom in on this. You can get a closer look while I'm talking. What appealed to me is that it's a mechanical watch, fully mechanical, but a mechanical chronograph. I only have very few of those because they're typically not cheap. You can get a budget mechanical watch, time only, for not a lot of money because Seiko and Citizen, Miyota, they offer some really inexpensive movements. You can find a mechanical watch for $150 or maybe $100 or so. But if you want a mechanical chronograph like this watch here, you're usually paying over $1,000. Yeah, I want to get a good view of this dial. You see, it's this really cool waffle dial pattern. Mechanical chronographs are pretty much $1,000 and up, and that's a budget one. If you get one from a more well-known brand, easily $2,000, like Seiko, not Grand Seiko, normal Seiko has like $2,000 chronographs now. There are a couple of less expensive chronographs out there, but there's compromises. I know the Swatch Group have a movement that you can't really service, and it's in some Tissot's, and those, when they're on clearance, are like $300. Not a watch I would want. But this watch, I found it at a pretty good price, at around $1,000, which, as I said, is a good price for a mechanical chronograph. So, let's see. I'm pretty sure these are guards. You kind of screw them in to undo them, so now I can push it. Am I wrong? I think I lied. I have another watch like that. Yeah, so this is a mechanical chronograph. We're going to start it off. Really nice click. And the central seconds is sweeping around. There's only two subdials here. The subdial on the right is just the running time. And the subdial on the left, I'm pretty sure, is the minutes. What attracted me to this watch is just mainly the colors. I'm a big fan of orange. I'm a big fan of these blues and greens like this. I don't know why it's patterned this way. What's so special about the first 20 minutes and then another 10 minutes of no note and then another 10 minutes in the green section? I really don't know what that is supposed to mean. Like a dive, like blue means good, so keep your dives under 15 minutes, and I really don't know. But I thought it looked really cool. The white dial I liked too. I was hoping that was a full lume dial. It is not. But of course, since it is from Crafter Blue, it has a Crafter Blue strap, and I will say that it is a really nice rubber. It's not silicone, so it doesn't have that like stickiness that they have. It feels dry. It's pliable. Not quite like FKM rubber, but it feels sturdy. And that buckle also feels really well made. You can kind of tell. Like some of these tangs are really cheap on some other watches, but this one is quality. So this is not just a chronograph, it is a chrono diver. And I think I have one other chrono diver. That means it's a crazy thick watch. Mechanical chronographs in general are thick. They're like 15 millimeters thick or more. And so are dive watches. And so when you get both, you get a crazy thick watch. That is almost 17 millimeters thick. Let's see. Let's put it on. So I don't have another Crafter Blue, so I have another Seiko, just to kind of give you a size comparison. This watch is using a Seiko movement. It's the Seiko NE86, which I think is also the 8R48. It depends if they're using it in their watch or it's available commercially. And I actually think that looks great. You really wouldn't know just from a distance. It doesn't feel like it's 17 millimeters. It feels like it's a thick watch. But I think it's the way how that case kind of curves down. Yeah, I really, really like it. Let's see. How many clicks is that? Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so it's 120 click bezel. It has this really interesting shape. You see the bezel kind of flares out, so it doesn't taper the other way like so many other watches. I really like it. I'm still puzzled by the coloring going on, but let's see. Let's stop that. Like the seconds hand is orange. Does that relate somehow to the running time? It kind of doesn't. I don't know. Maybe they just picked it because it looks nice. I'm going to reset it. Instantaneous snap back. You have the date there at 6 o'clock. I'm actually, it's been a while since I've worn this. I bought this, around Christmas last year. I have it on the strap because that's what they're known for, but I got the case right here. It actually comes as a kit with the bracelet. And when I was wearing this, when I tried this on, I think I wore it once. This is the bracelet I used, and it feels pretty high quality. Solid end links, solid links, and that's their Crafter Blue logo for the safety, and double pusher, fully milled clasp. Nothing special or extra noteworthy, but it's a good bracelet. I actually like the way it looks more on here. I think you get this kind of definition between there. I also like the way these lugs are. I've heard these called twisted lugs. That's kind of very popular with Omega. That's why I have this Momentum here. Also has similar lugs that remind me of that. I don't know if you agree. It's also sort of a popular watch, and just get a feel for the size. They're pretty comparable. This Seiko here is not an SKX, but it's the same size as an SKX. It's their GMT in that series. Yeah, it's pretty wearable. I mean, all watches should be wearable. 200 meter depth rating. Automatic Professional, Hyperion Ocean. That's an interesting mark at the top there. HOCSS Scuba. I don't know if that's a special kind of rating or not. But yeah, I think it's because this right here, the screw back has this kind of bevel on it, but then the case has a bevel as well. So you kind of have this and this. So the mid case doesn't feel that thick. A lot of other watches, this wouldn't be milled out, and it would feel thicker. This feels really good. Yeah, so this is not my first, but it's one of my very few mechanical chronographs, and one of my very few chrono divers, and I just love these colors. I think they knocked it out of the park. Take a look at the white dial version. That one looks really special too, and they have 2 other colors as well. I am waiting for their non-chronograph to come back in stock. It just has a really distinct look, and I quite like that. What else should I show? I feel like I'm missing something. Automatic chronograph right there, milled into that crown. It actually looks pretty neat. Like this crown has this center section cut out, and for some reason that looks really cool, and I can't recall having seen that. But let's screw everything down. And let's turn off the lights and see what the lume looks like. And that's that. Oh, that's blue. That is really cool. I didn't know that the full bezel was illuminated. It almost looks like that subdial is, but it's not. Just the lume on the hand is so bright, it's kind of shining down. And that's compared to a Seiko, but I didn't charge the Seiko up. Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't notice it was a full lume yet. Anyways, that's it. See you next time. Thank you very much.